Welcome to Booze and Glues, a justifiable excuse for two friends to spend time together, cross crafts off their to-do list, and, of course, drink. With glue guns and wine glasses at the ready, join Jessye Shepherd and Tabitha Davis as they attempt to simultaneously chat, craft, chug and charm. Will they consume alcohol? Definitely. Will they actually accomplish anything? Debatably. Will they bitch and complain? Inevitably. Will it be a bloody good time? Absolutely. And if things don't turn out just as planned, well, that's okay too. Because booze!
Hey,
What up?
we're back.
I'm Jessye.
I'm Tabitha. That's Brad. Shh, quietly over there.
Hello.
You don't speak unless you're spoken to, Brad.
You sit over there.
You're supposed to be.
No, we said over there.
You're supposed to be neither seen nor heard.
Am I supposed to be seen? I need a curtain.
It's a podcast. They can't see any of us.
Ah.
We could be as ugly as our driver's license pictures.
I definitely am. So Jessye just whipped out her brand new ID for us with
my new last name.
We need to update all of our stuff. It all says Jessye Shepherd.
Shit.
Ah, man, you fucked everything up.
Dude, it is a pain in the asshole.
Yes. I tried to tell you.
I know.
And now you understand why I'm so lazy and haven't actually changed my name again. Just nah, I'm good. Anyway, Jessye looks tan as fuck.
Is there not a time limit? I guess not, because your marriage certificate lasts forever.
I can go change my name. I'm going to go change my name to something stupid.
Princess Banana Ham.
Yes, crap bag.
Yes.
Jessye looks like tan as fuck. It's wild.
Which is not me, so.
It's, yeah, some lighting. Somebody was editing it, and you were so white that you were, like, blowing out the picture. So they were like, let's just darken this down.
And they made me orange.
It's good stuff. And then I was just filling these lovely people in on how a lady at Walmart, who, mind you, was no, like, prize herself. Sorry. Told me one day after staring at my license in my face multiple times that I was prettier in person. Thanks a lot. Thanks, I guess. That's one of those.
It's one of those keep it in your mouth situations.
That's not needed. You don't need to put that out in the world.
I think a lot of really stupid things that I don't say out loud.
Right, unless you're drinking.
Which I say all the things.
All the things. I usually just say all the things.
And really don't remember. So it's always just a scare. Like, I know I had these really crazy conversations, but I don't really know about what I said. So I just have to live with myself hoping it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. We had some deep conversations the other night. They were good.
I know Adam and I talked about, like, our lives and what we wanted to do with our lives.
Oh, does he know?
No. Neither
Okay.
of us do. That was what it was all about.
Okay, because I was like, I didn't think he had a real solid. Yeah. I want to just. Yeah, I don't know either. I just want people that I've known to feel like their lives were better, not worse, because they knew me. That's all I care about.
It's a good thing to want.
This is all of my goals and expectations. And that's like on an overall, not on a daily basis.
That's they could still be like, that one day she was a bitch,
Right.
but I still love her.
I want to take an average. That's how I feel.
Can't set yourself up for failure.
No, absolutely not. Don't put your expectations too high.
We're
Does Brad know what he wants to be when he grows up?
An accountant?
Did you always, like, really want to be an accountant?
No, I really wanted to be retired by the time I was 30.
Okay.
That was the goal. That was the ultimate goal.
And you never thought how you would get to that?
There have been times that I've
You were
thought,
just doing The Secret? You were just thinking about it?
Well, I was
Well,
like,
now you're gonna have to like Benjamin Button your way into retirement.
everyone said I looked and acted old as a kid, so I'm hoping.
You are an old man right now.
Exactly. So hopefully I'll start
I'll go
being
backwards.
younger. Although
You show up dressed like a fucking baby, and you're not coming in the house.
Tabitha changed my diaper.
You've seen the adult babies.
Yes.
I mean,
Creepy.
I'm not gonna yuck any yums, but hey, it's not for me. That's what I'm gonna say. I did get sucked in this wormhole of this adult baby lady on Instagram one day because she I follow this page of this lady who makes bows and stuff, like custom.
Trying to figure out the progression here.
Right.
So keep
and
it
so
going.
she will post a picture of somebody wearing her bow and tag them. And so I was like, what is that girl? She looks like she's 4, And then so I clicked on it, and then I started looking through her page, and then she's got all this crazy long line, and it's like she started out not super hardcore, but now she's full baby. And it's so weird. And she writes all this stuff and tags her daddy. That's in quotations for people who can't see my hands right now. I was real disturbed. But, whatever makes you happy.
Okay.
I mean, you should see the looks on your faces right now.
Well, I mean,
I really
they're
like
good
Harry
parts.
Potter. Some people don't like Harry Potter.
Did you just compare someone being a
Adult baby.
to Harry Potter?
Yeah, I feel like Harry Potter's a little more socially accepted.
Yeah.
Depends on how obsessed you are.
True story. Not that.
When you have-
obsessed.
I was about to say, when you make a wand holder.
Oh, yeah. Well, that actually was what I had out here in front of us tonight.
I had a feeling.
Yes.
But I also...
Can they hear me whisper if I whisper into the microphone?
I've turned it up enough, I guess.
Cool.
I've also was thinking that this situation might work well for your thing you want to make. I don't know what you were picturing.
Oh, I still don't have it fully figured out.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Put it this way. This is a little palette,
Yeah.
like a mini palette thing you can hang on your wall that I bought at Michael's. And you can stain it or do whatever you wanted with it. And then,
It's got 6 things.
yeah.
Which
So
is perf.
the thing you're going to say, then the date, and then that, and then the date, and then that, and then the date. I think it would work.
Love it.
So that was my other idea.
Okay, you've been wanting your wand stand forever. You're a smart tax man.
I actually think your hair right now would make a... I'm sorry I'm saying this out loud. I think it would make a super cute pixie on a chick. Look at how cute it is. I've had my hair like that before.
Yeah,
Thank you.
just shave off the beard. You make a beautiful lady.
Duh. I'd make a beautiful baby. Man baby.
No.
Nope.
Is your thing even on?
You still have to shave off the beard.
Yeah.
Huh.
To be a man baby. Babies can't have facial hair. That's not cool. You don't want to see a baby with a beard.
I
Remy was
do.
15 days late. He had a beard when he was born.
Poor Blake never got his beard.
Oh.
It might still be coming.
Let's
I
not
know.
give him any hope.
Plenty of men who really don't grow facial hair until their 40s.
I thought you were going to say till they have kids.
That's a whole nother thing. Yeah, so I was supposed to cut Brad's hair because I was giving him shit about his haircut. I don't know who did it last, but if he turns around, you can see the steps in the back of his head.
Turn around. You're in a spinny chair.
Also,
It's not
you
so
have
hard.
not been fixing your hair.
Yeah, that's all I was saying earlier.
Yeah, we want you to fix your hair,
You just
man.
haven't been gelling it.
I haven't been.
Well,
I'm sorry. Is that bad?
No, it's just different.
Except it's hanging in your face. Oh, it's grown out more now. It's
Oh,
not so
but I
obvious.
see it.
But yeah,
Well, and then
it's chunk, 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 chunk.
yeah, you have a part that flips out.
That's from his collar.
Oh.
What are we talking about? My hair? My collar.
Where have
What are we
you
talking about?
been? for the
Well, you started saying my collar. My
Talking
collar's
about your
way down here.
asshole.
Yeah, so I was giving him
How
crap.
I want to wax it.
Do it. Yes.
I've been giving him a bad time about his haircut. So I was supposed to cut his hair, but then I got sick and I didn't cut his hair. So Jessye immediately goes, "What's up with your hair?"
It's getting long.
And Brad is not a fan. It looks good this length.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I just am so used to you like
Really
having it like all done up.
You Ross Geller it.
And hence I stopped. Thank goodness, right?
It's like some thick. What do you use? Pomade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
What brand? How does it smell?
American pomade, I think it's called, and I can't describe the smell.
Apple pie.
No,
Blueberries.
it's not fruit color or smell.
Fruit color.
Fruit color.
Not fruit
I
color
was thinking,
either.
what does America smell like?
Apple pie. And freedom.
Mostly freedom. That's what it mostly smells like.
And
freedom.
bald eagles.
They use bald eagles in their pomade. It's weird.
Ground up.
Ground up bits of bald eagles. Yes,
And Betsy Ross.
a little bit of Betsy Ross.
I think America smells like old white rich guys.
Well, I guess.
That's the dream, isn't it?
Old white rich guy.
To be an old white rich guy.
That's what he wants to be. Brad's all about being an old white rich
No,
guy.
I wanted to be a
Oh, he wanted to
young.
be a young white rich
That's
guy.
right.
Yeah.
No,
That makes
actually, I
sense.
used to tell everyone I wanted to be a black athlete.
Like,
Yes.
how old were you?
Well, let's see.
At an age where he thought he was being funny.
From
I'm gonna
sixth
say
grade to
12.
high school.
See?
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna say 12 because 12-year-old boys just say some shit
Yeah.
and they think they are the funniest.
You're not even there yet.
It's coming. Jackson's gonna be 12 in the fall.
That's blowing my mind.
It's blowing my mind.
Blake's brother just turned 15. He's going to be driving it.
Then he'll be 18 and be getting the girls. Then, oh boy.
Oh, he
I'm
could get the
sure
girls
he's getting
now.
the girls. I'm sure the girls are.
I don't think he's interested in girls. Like, I don't think he's gay. I just
Oh.
I don't think that's, like, important to him right now.
Oh. Well, good for him.
Either way, good for him.
Apparently, Gina says Blake, like, wasn't interested in high school either. It's like,
Hmm.
didn't need to fill his life with that.
I didn't either.
I wish I did, and I felt like I needed a boyfriend at all times.
Right?
Boy, did I cycle through.
Yeah. I had a few.
I think I was single for, like, a collective month in all of high school. I mean, I might be exaggerating, but I might not be.
I would, I wouldn't say, there was lots of times where, you weren't officially, but you're talking to somebody, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
date during high school.
Well, I had, like, 2 really long relationships in high school, too.
I had a couple.
Well, how long could they have been?
Well, they were long at the time.
Oh.
Well, yeah, like a year of your freaking life is pretty decent.
Yeah, I felt like it was a freaking lifetime.
8 months is like, oh, they've been together for a while.
Okay.
The boys did golf camp.
Fun.
It was last week, and they had a great time. And I was asking them who was coaching it, and they told me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, no, I know him. Like, we went to school together and stuff. And I was like, actually, his brother was, like, the first boy I ever went on a date with.
Oh.
My dad always swore that I wasn't allowed to date until I was 30, but somehow I was 14, and he let me go on a date with a boy who was driving.
Whoa.
Scary, right?
I wouldn't have let you do
To
that.
a whole nother, miles away.
He didn't even take you someplace in Chester?
No, we went to Susanville.
Oh, this guy meant business.
And who should that guy be but Bradley James Hill?
It was not. You're younger than me. What are you talking about?
How were
You
you
would've been, like,
driving when
12.
she was 14?
I said
10.
everyone thought I was older.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, and then so Remy's question, which I'm just like, where is this coming from? Is why did you break up with him, Mom? Or like, why didn't you guys stay together? I'm like, I broke up with him. And he's like, but why? Why did you do that, Mom? I'm like, he was too nice. I mean, literally, he was too nice. That's why I broke up with him.
Not a good way to explain to your son why you broke up with somebody.
Yeah.
Well, then I had a deeper conversation with him
I'm like,
about
I really
how
hope this kept going.
when I was younger, I didn't have very good self-esteem, and I had a lot of things that influenced my choices.
I love that you're just like so, like, just honest and forward with them.
Oh yeah, there's no other way to be.
There's lies.
Yeah,
Lies and deceit.
A lot of people are a lot of different ways with their kids.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I mean, in my brain, there's no other way to be. I can't. How can you lie about stuff? Then you have to like remember what you lied about. I can't remember actual life and things that actually happen. Why? How am I going to keep track of?
Now you have to remember this other parallel reality that your kids think happened.
Yeah, no bullshit.
Well, if you're good at lying.
But if they know like the truth about me, I feel like they will tell me the truth about them. You know?
Well, and I was just having this conversation with, I don't even remember who it was, but about sex and how Christians just tell you, like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
And they don't really give you, like,
info,
meaning behind it. It's just like, no, you gotta save it till marriage because it's the one.
So.
And that's what the Bible says. And I'm like, oh, okay. But, like, give me some reason why. Like, I could tell my daughter at this point.
that the Bible says that.
Well, that, and, like,
I mean, there are things that you can construe. Like, I understand where Christians are getting that from, but it doesn't ever literally say, like, hey, do you know what? Don't have sex until you're married.
A lot of it is always in like your interpretation.
oh,
Well,
yeah. That's why there's
I
so many different
also-
congregations. Like,
Yeah, denominations.
that's the word.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's also lots of congregations.
Mm-hmm. Of denominations.
And even congregations within denominations do things differently.
Mm-hmm. That's
Brad,
true.
what is up with you tonight? I know, it scared me too. Hey, you break it, you buy it.
It's my new tub.
I'm not worried about the tub. I'm worried about the fucking mixer.
Oh, it was. I just made a little crack.
I can get another tub.
Oh.
Yeah, but so I explained to Remy that it like I wasn't making very good decisions, and part of what was going on in my brain that made me feel like that. And I was telling him, I'm like, actually, Adam reminds me so much of that person who was like my
How funny.
first serious boyfriend. And I'm like, because as an adult, now that I've lived some life and learned
You
some
want
things,
the nice guy.
yeah, I'm like, the nice guy is the person that you want to be with because they're supportive and kind and accepting. I'm like,
Well,
and Remy's just like, oh, that's so nice. Adam is really kind. He's so sweet. Stop.
and see, any other mother would have been like, "Hey, listen here, kid. If it wasn't for me passing on that guy, you wouldn't be here. You're welcome." And that would have been the end of the conversation.
That, I guess, would be one way to do it.
I guess that's the way my mother did it.
Yeah. I just don't believe in giving kids, like, a half-assed answer. I feel like if he's asking me a question like that, then that means he's curious about something.
Right.
Why not use that as a moment
Yeah.
to teach? How's your watermelon beer, Brad?
Delicioso.
It is very good.
It's really good when you get to the end and then the watermelon's all beer soaked. It's summer, y'all. We're doing Come Hell or High Watermelon again. I've been really bummed that they don't have the watermelon slices at the Chico Heat games.
There was one night that they were handing out watermelon slices at the end of the night.
Adam said that too. Maybe it was the night you guys went. But I was like,
Oh, yeah, it was that Thursday. I think you were sick.
but they aren't putting them with the beer.
No. Well, do they even have that?
Yeah, if you go down to the other
Oh.
end where like the barbecue
Where
is.
they don't take credit cards, but don't tell you until they've poured your beer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Blake was not
Waited a very long line on the 3rd of July.
I could not believe the lines were insane.
There's so many people. I mean, it was full.
Oh yeah, for sure. Adam, when we were walking in, was like, this night probably like keeps the league afloat. I was like, it very well could. Very well.
Because even people had to pay for food for their kids on that night.
Oh yeah.
'Cause fireworks night are not
included. That's right.
That's BS.
So it doesn't matter how big of a diaper you wear, Brad. You still got to buy your own hot dog.
Yeah, and they won't let you bring in your own food. By the way, Jessye, I was going to give you a text and be like, hey, ask them about if there's any peanuts.
I try to avoid that person.
What? Because you're smuggling food?
The guy that's always working the front that took your food
Yeah.
is my most serious high school boyfriend's dad.
Well, then you should have obviously been like, yo, you owe me one for...
I just pretend we
date.
don't know each other, and so does he.
Yeah. I can deal with that. Yeah, there's lots of people. I'm just like, nope.
Fine then. Tabitha, next time you go to the game, say...
I bring stuff in all the
I
time.
am pretty sure your peanuts are gone.
No. Okay.
So they
You
actually
gotta
like
bring them in your pocket or
they
something. 'cause
compensated stuff because you didn't just.
They were in my bag.
I've had them before be like, oh, you can't have this, and I'm like, I'll run it back out to my car or whatever.
we walked.
We
they
walked from Jess's
have
house.
been like kind of not really checking our bags, but they definitely checked our bags on the 3rd. And I had like a couple of pieces of licorice and like our 3/4 eaten bag of peanuts like in the bag, and the guy was like, you aren't gonna eat those in there, are you? And I was like, eat what? Like, I didn't even, they were in the bag from last time we went to the game, and he was just like, well, technically you're not supposed to bring food in, but if you're not gonna eat them in here, it's okay. I won't say anything. I didn't see it. And I was like, anything that's in that bag I bought in this stadium. And he was like, oh, at your last game? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, have a good night. And he just like pushed me through.
Well, these say San Francisco Giants on it. Bag of peanuts.
Oh, yours did?
Yeah.
Well, then that's your own fault. I also think
Well,
having
I don't
the
go to games.
what kind of bag did you have?
Peanuts? Like,
Oh, everything was in my little cinchy bag.
Oh, because I was
Oh.
gonna say I feel like they haven't been really searching the bags, the like heat bags,
Oh, yeah, they always
like
do
our
mine.
season ticket stuff. They're just, I feel like we're getting away with something. They're like,
I'm pretty sure you could bring in 64 ounces of vodka if you wanted to.
because water bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they let Amanda went with us, and she had like a bottle of ginger ale, and they let her walk through with it.
Oh, that's kind of weird. Yeah, because like I brought a clean canteen, and like, was that the night with you? No. There was another night. I brought a clean canteen. And it was just water.
Yeah.
But I was like, do you guys need to like look in this or anything? They were like, no. I'm like,
See,
cool.
this is what I'm talking about. We bring in our vodka, our little margarita mixes that we pour in,
Yeah.
and we just go buy the freaking Hawaiian ices for $3. They're huge. Boom, boom, boom. Instant margarita.
I like it.
Let's try it next
I know.
time.
And it's funny because Blake is usually like real down to like break the rules, and I was like, we're not buying any alcohol at the game. Like, let's just bring in a mixed drink like in clean canteens. And he's like, I don't know why you think like they're gonna let us in with that. And I'm like, I had literally had water the last time, and I was like,
And they didn't.
I was like, do you want to check this?
Yeah. I know. I feel like I do that like at the movies and stuff all the time. Like I'll have like a cup with water and a straw, that's not clear, and I'll be like, "Oh, I have water. Do you want to like look at it?"
Oh,
And
I
they're
always
like,
go
"No."
through with my clean canteen.
I just don't. If somebody comes up with a clean canteen that has a friggin' straw, I'll be on board. I like straws.
You can just carry around your own crazy straw.
I have
And
started.
it's open all the time.
What?
Are you talking about like a straw that you could close?
No.
Oh.
I just want a friggin' straw. So
Because you can get a clean canteen straw. They have stainless steel straws.
that's what I was just gonna say. Is I feel like I really am contributing to the straw problem.
I've got the
Do you know about the straw problem?
where it's all in the ocean.
There's so many straws, man.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could fill a school bus full of
Oh,
them.
that's right. Oh God, there was like a trivia one night. One of the tiebreaker questions was like,
I think
How
Jessye
many
was there for that one.
school buses can you fill with the straws that are used in the United States in a year?
Yeah, I think it was a year.
It was a shit ton of school buses, but still, I'm like, that is the most random
That
unit
does kind of sound familiar.
of measurement. It's like the
Like
boys.
I don't know how many anything can fit into a school bus. Like
No,
Even children, I'm like, 30?
are we? Well, that's what I'm like.
it's gotta be more than 30 because we took like multiple classes on trips sometimes.
Are we stacking them to the ceiling? Because I can fit a whole shit ton
Oh,
of
yeah.
kids in a school bus. I mean, come on. Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
and I feel like with the straws too, it's like, are they compacted? Like, did anybody push them in, or is it like all of them are
they
just
just
distinctly set in there?
laying?
Is it random,
yeah.
or are they like?
Right.
Stacked? Or, yeah, is it like
It makes a difference
pickup sticks? Just throw them
because
in
I'm
there.
sure you could get a fuck ton more in there if you're lining them all up. than
Are
if
we
you're just-
putting little straws inside of big straws? I mean, there's a lot of, yeah. So the boys always used to measure things in gray whales. No, blue whales. Blue whales are the big ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the biggest ones. Yeah. Jackson like read a little ocean book when he was like 3 or 4 and figured out how long a blue whale was, and then from then on would measure everything in blue whales. That's like 5 blue whales, you guys. Okay? I don't know what that means.
Cool.
Awesome. Congrats.
Love it.
Use it as a measure of distance, too. We're about 7 blue whales away.
Oh, yeah. No, every once in a while now they'll like ask us something and we'll just, facetiously be like, it's about 3,000 blue whales from here. And then they're like, Mom.
It's like, you made this up.
Yeah, this is your thing. Don't get mad at me. Yeah. So our craft here, are we going to craft it?
Yeah, let's make a fucking broomstick holder.
Broomstick holder. It's a wand stand. It's actually not a stand because it's not going to stand. It's going to hang. It's a wand rack.
Doesn't sound any cooler.
Don't laugh at me.
Do you even own a wand?
We have 3 wands.
Oh.
Adam didn't buy one though.
Why not?
It
She
was
said
too expensive.
We couldn't have eaten dinner that night if he bought one. They aren't that bad. I mean, I did tell him when we were going to the store, I was like, I'm gonna buy a wand. Like, I'm sorry. We're here. We're at the Wizarding World. And of course, the boys had to go through and do the little, like, they choose your wand thing. And they brought them, like, both up together because they're frickin' little gingers. And granted, they had their little must be a Weasley shirts on. And so I'm sure that helped. But they're just adorable. Nobody can resist them.
They're very cute.
It's so ridiculous.
People
so,
who are afraid of gingers can.
I don't know. It might win you over. Or eat your soul. But yeah, so then they both had to get wands. Wands chose them. So yeah, it got a little crazy in the wand store.
How much is a wand, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, they were like around $50.
It's an expensive wand.
Jesse was like, I cannot. So
Maybe if I was obsessed, that would be fine.
it's totally worth it.
It's like a cost of a pair of pants.
Let me see this. Can I see what we're hanging on this
Oh.
wand rack?
Well, yeah, I don't have them in here right now.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I can go get them. So my idea was to make this like grayish, but what I feel like I really want is more of like a stain situation.
I was about to say, you probably want something more like wooden, not so much flat.
But aren't the wands wooden?
None of that made sense. What?
Like a mahogany. A nice mahogany.
No, I said gray.
Aren't the wands wooden?
Well, I mean, they look like wood. They're plastic. So
You spent $50 on a plastic wands.
Yeah.
They couldn't even make you a damn wand and some wood for $50.
Wait, I mean, you can get them on Etsy. I've looked. But the ones from Harry Potter World have little magic tips in them, so when you're there, you can cast spells. And there's things happen. You do like certain little things, and they have little spots set up all over
You're
the
joking.
park now.
The
and
swish and flick. Wingardium Leviosa.
It's Leviosa. Jesse's just like, no. So my idea was the inverse of where yours would have 6 nice things, to hang mine vertical, so then I could put like hooks, and then they could just stack.
Love it.
So, but I was thinking a grayish color, and I'm just not sure. I was like thinking I should go get some stain, but who has time for anything anymore? So,
Not I.
what if we just like kind of, what's the right word for it? I want to like whitewash it, but gray.
Yeah, get a rag.
Gray wash it?
Get this. And then we'll paint it and then rub it real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Or I was thinking if there's a lot of water mixed in,
Oh, yeah.
would that work? I mean, I just need a touch. But I failed to get like a lot of paintbrushes and things. Look, let's be honest with our people. We were not prepared.
Nope.
For anything today.
I even like had a reminder so that this last week I could like
Do something.
actually plan, and my whole life just
Yeah.
it happened and I
Well,
didn't do anything.
4th of July snuck up on us hardcore.
Yep.
And we had that baseball game. And then there was fireworks. And then we were all feeling pretty good and thought we should go out and have a couple beers or something. And then we were still feeling pretty good. Which, the freaking...
When the bars close, you go home.
We did go home. We went to your home. Well, yeah, but the pub closed at midnight.
That's right. Everything closed at funky times now.
Yeah, it closed really early, and so we were all
Everybody's
like,
a bunch of
"Eh."
pussies.
So, yeah. And the funny thing is were you the one that said come over to my house?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Blake was all worried about how messy the house was.
I don't know what's gotten into him lately.
It was killing me.
Like 100 times I heard him like a bunch of times.
Apologizing.
I'm so sorry. It's so messy in here.
I'm like,
so sorry.
what are you talking about? It's fine. Nobody cares. That's my thing. I have to constantly remind myself
That
like
nobody cares. I know.
yeah, because I used to stress out so bad, and I spent all of my time like cleaning.
When it's like people that like I care about, like I don't tend to mind as
Yeah,
much. Like if
but
you
when
were
it's,
to
like,
come over, I might be
strangers.
like, sorry, like look at my table, it's a disaster. But I'm not like really apologizing.
Right.
You know, it's like
you don't feel self-conscious about
Yeah.
it. It's like, eh.
But then the
sorry,
other day,
life.
Blake had Wayne over for like 1 second. He came over and then they walked to Chico Heat to like do sprints.
Yeah,
And Blake's
and
like,
Wayne is like a close friend.
yeah, the best. Blake's best. And so I'm like, oh, so did you guys come over here and like then just walk to Chico Heat? And he's like, yeah, don't worry, I apologize for how the house looked. I'm like, that's not why I was asking.
First of all, nobody's house looks perfect all the time unless they don't live in it.
Well, yeah, and Blake's like, he goes, well, I'm like, you didn't need to do that. And he's like, well, I apologize. And he said, at least you have a house.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I
like
was like, exactly. Wayne doesn't care.
we all have jobs and we try to have fun, and what are you going to do? I just really had to come to grips with like, am I going to spend my Saturdays cleaning my whole house, which is how I grew up.
Right.
You know, it was like that was what we had to do. Or am I going to spend my Saturdays like making memories with my
Yeah.
children? Because are they ever going to look back and be like, remember how clean our house was?
Right.
No. What they are going to look back is and resent forgetfulness like my brothers and I do about, like, remember how we used to spend every Saturday cleaning the house? So,
Mhm.
So true.
yeah, I feel like, okay, I'm going to paint and then you rub if it starts getting too dark.
Okay.
Just see what happens. What do we think?
I think that's actually going to be real nice.
I feel like a little rub might not hurt anyways. What do we think? We'll try it. If it's... So my thought was kind of
Oh, I'm a fan.
paint, stain this up, whatever. And then do some kind of Harry Potter-esque thing in the background. So what I haven't figured out is, am I going to put a quote? Am I going to paint an image?
Do the Deathly Hollows.
Well, I kind of thought about that, but then I was like, is that too much since I already have a Deathly Hallows tattoo?
I don't think so.
Oh! Now I'm painting Jessye.
Wow.
Right on Jessye.
Well, if you're gonna do lettering, are you gonna do lettering as well, or?
So I've seen some, on the Pinterest and things where
Oh my
they
good- You
they
literally
have-
like Pinterested wand racks.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't even
So
stop being
so
mean.
judgy. Jeez, I
Yep.
thought this was a safe place.
We just spent a month or two on booze and I do's.
a month or
Jessye.
two. We spent 6 months getting ready for that wedding. It was all worth it. It was all worth it. Keep telling yourself that.
Best 10 hours of my life.
Was it?
I mean, it was a cool day.
I mean, good stuff happened at the end.
Yeah.
You were married.
It's so funny.
And
Everybody's
the
like,
beginning.
so like, how's married life? I'm like, it's
Exactly
the fucking
the
same shit that it's been for the...
Yep.
Apparently, we fight though over how clean or not so clean our house is.
No, we don't even fight about it. We both agree it's dirty.
It's not that dirty. It's got like stuff sitting on the coffee table, like normal humans.
Like magazines that people can read, and they're like, "Oh, sorry for the
No,
mess."
it was all Blake's clothes that I folded and he couldn't figure out how to put away. So
I never saw any clothes
oh, they were there.
anywhere. See? Do you see how much I'm paying attention? Nobody pays attention to that stuff.
I do.
For
As soon as I walk
real.
through the door, I start judging people. I'm like, "Oh, look at this house." I put on my white gloves and start, doing
Oh,
the
don't
finger
do
thing
that in
over
my
the blinds and stuff.
my
I'm like,
God.
"Ugh,
I'm just like, as long as it's dark, no one will see the dust.
why aren't there any lights on in this house?" Shh. Don't wake the monster.
Don't disturb the dust bunnies. Yeah. That is one thing that I am just not even slightly concerned about. Dusting. I have
Me neither.
no desire.
I'm a fan of this.
I kind of am impressed with how it's turning out. I was worried we weren't going to get the effect like we're going for, but it's doing all
I like that
right.
you say we, like I'm like a part of this.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely. Jesse's so invested in this one rack stand wand display. Can we call it that?
Mm-hmm.
A display?
I'm gonna glass case it.
No, I put a little more there. It might need a little rub down. I feel like this just sounds way dirtier than it is.
The old rub and tug.
So, yeah, I did see one that had kind of like a just dry brush, like white Deathly Hallows in the background, and I thought that might be kind of pretty. I don't know how well it would do on like a paletted surface, though,
Mm-hmm.
When you gotta remember, there's like blank spaces.
Well, that's what I mean by a paletted surface. So it will it might translate, but then I also was thinking if I put a quote, are you gonna be able to really see it? Because there's gonna be wands hanging on it.
Right.
So, I don't know.
True.
We'll
Well, if
see.
you take the wands off and start using them.
As I do. Often. No, they've...
All the Harry Potter parties that you have over here.
Oh, shit. I've always wanted to have a Harry Potter party.
Oh, really? Let's do it.
I'm sure I'd be the first person on your guest.
Yep.
You will be. I'll make you look up Harry Potter costumes and get dressed up, and you're gonna show up and be like, look, I'm here. I'm a pixie. I don't know what the fuck. What are those, You'd make a great... What are those?
Mrs. McGonagall.
I'll wear a shirt where it just says, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
The little blue screaming things, aren't those pixies?
Oh, yeah.
Little antennas.
You're talking about the thing that they froze.
Yeah. See, there are some actual Harry Potter nerds out there that are pissed at me right now. Because my brain's just like, meh. I'm more interested in the story than all this little facts.
That's like how I am about everything. That's why trivia is not for me. Because I'm like, oh, I'm sorry that I don't know that bitch's second cousin's name that only came up in the credits at the end of the movie. Like,
Yeah. Well, I enjoy it because it's spending time with my friends. Jessye.
Yeah, that's all I'm there for. Jessye, I literally just write stuff. That's like my only job. I've known a couple of things.
you know
Ever.
things.
I've
You have
known...
random knowledge.
Yeah, and it's helped me like twice. I think 2 times ever have I known something that somebody else didn't know.
And then we put something different.
And then they don't listen to me.
And we get it wrong.
Anyways, because I never know what I'm talking about. You feeling a little parched there?
Oh my gosh. Another thing that happened.
Okay, that in and that in, and then it's pretty stained.
So-
I didn't do the insides of these. Is that going to matter?
Actually, I don't think you can really tell.
Yeah, it's very light.
Um,
Now, are you sure you don't want to make this your thing?
positive.
Okay.
This is gonna be your wand stand, girl.
She's like, I'm sick of fucking hearing about it.
But no, so the other day, Courtney goes, don't think I don't hear about you talking about me on your podcast.
He listens. He
And
listens.
I know, I'm like, I know, I really need to stop saying things about you and Trish because
He listens.
I know you are the only one that listens. And he's like, no, it wasn't bad. It was just the day you were talking about how we, like, didn't approve of your season ticket buying.
Why didn't they approve? I don't remember that conversation.
Yeah, remember, because they were like, what a waste of money. Then you have to go to the games. And I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
you don't have to go to the games. You
Well-
get to go to the games. I probably said the exact same thing.
That
And
if
then
you
I
don't
said,
go to the
well,
games,
he's a
you must
Dodger
be-
fan. And we
Oh,
said,
that's
oh,
right.
that makes sense. So.
That's right.
And I mean, he goes to most of the games as well, so
He only got a 10 thing pass.
that's a lot of the games.
And
though.
one of the games last week, he was like, I'll see you at the game tonight. And then I'm like, you're not here. Well, actually, I think the next day I came, I'm like, you were not there. And he's like, I couldn't pay anybody I knew to come with me. Like, I asked my mom, she wouldn't go. I asked my son, he wouldn't go. I asked my wife, she wouldn't go. And then he asked his other son, he's like, I'll hang out with you, but I don't want to go to a Heat game. So they went to a movie instead.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I've been able to find, even if they were nights where like we weren't going to be able to go, I've been able to find people to take our tickets. And the only time that our tickets haven't been used, it's because like I was sick. And did
Right.
Adam bother trying to ask anybody to go?
Right.
Eh.
Well, yeah, and Blake just...
Sorry,
Yeah.
Brad.
I was about to say, he could have someone in the room.
Right.
Blake had decided like literally 5 minutes beforehand that he wasn't going to go. So I was like, okay. I like texted my brother and he didn't want to go, but
Yeah.
it's
Still-
5 minutes, Brad.
You can show up late. We show up late all the time.
I'm never on time.
Never. No. I know. I was actually telling Adam, I'm like, I'm so glad that we got tickets with Jessye and Blake because they aren't like sitting there like, where to have an Adam? Because I'm always running late. Even when I'm like, oh, I have plenty of time. We're going to be there on time. I still show up late.
Yep.
So I was like, great. It's good stuff.
Well, yeah, and I think even one day Blake was like, I bet you they're like waiting for us. I was like, do you know Tab? She's late too. She's not there yet either.
Yeah. And, I mean, we're not like, oh my gosh. We can't watch this baseball game until Jessye and Blake get here.
See, I would have been
Don't
the
look!
one.
Don't look!
I would have been the one guy sitting in the middle of all this and just been like, I'm surrounded by empty seats. I have
Okay,
no
don't act like you're on
friends."
time. You showed up 15 minutes late tonight too.
Well, because I know Tabitha's schedule, and her being 15 minutes late is like, Brad, I'm going to need an extra 10 minutes on top of that.
True story. I was ready when y'all got here, though, wasn't I?
Yes.
Thought I was going to be off work at a decent time, but that did not happen. I had somebody call in, and so then I was working a different shift than I normally do, and I hadn't been doing that job in a long time, so then I had to really think about everything I was doing. It was not fun. So one particular position we have at work is like exhausting. You are on your feet all day. You are in charge of like basically the flow of the entire clinic. It's crazy. And then at the end of the day, you have to like reconcile and enter into a database all of the drugs that we use during the day. And when you're that tired, like doing math is not the thing that comes easily. It's just exhausting.
That sounds like a silly thing.
And then things never quite like line up because somebody got forgotten, like they didn't get written down, so you have to go back and like research it, and it's so tiring. And I'm always like, why do they do this way? I feel like we should do this at a different time, because come 6 o'clock,
You don't want to do that.
my brain is like, I'm just burnt. And everybody is. I think that's pretty normal. So, yeah, I was staring at computer screens going, where did I put this? It's not good. All right, I think this is going to work. I still have to figure out how I'm going to put the little things on it. The decoration. I don't want it to be too neat.
I think that turned out really cute.
So, I feel like dry brushing would be really nice, but I don't really trust myself to paint that well.
I'm gonna Pinterest these wand stands.
Okay. And then I'm just going to put some hooks and call it good. So you can buy wand stands, like an actual stand for them. You can buy one. Oh, dear.
Sorry, go ahead.
You can buy like a one wand stand for like $30, or you can buy a 2 wand stand for like $50. But we really needed 3 wands, and also I just spent $150 on wands. I really don't want to spend that much
What's
money.
an extra $50?
But then we would need 3 separate ones, or 2 and a 1, and I was just like, dude, I can make a wand stand. Why are you laughing at?
Blake just sent me this picture. It says, so is there an age that I absolutely need to stop pre-gaming every event I go to, or are me and my wife just going to be hurricaning tall boys in the parking lot before parent-teacher conferences?
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
I actually feel like that turned out pretty good.
I love it.
So, like 2 dots of black acrylic paint and a couple puddles of white and some water.
She even made this little like eye thing. She did 1 black dot and put white around the black dot. It was fancy. You have to do it that way or it won't turn out.
It won't work. Yeah. So, we'll get some pictures when it's all said and done.
You guys, don't buy a Ninja blender, okay? That's my PSA.
Yeah, PSA for the week.
Do I throw mine away then?
Just don't put your hand in it, I think is the
I
real.
didn't put my hand in it.
How did the blades get to you then?
I don't know, but it
You put your hand in it. I tried my best to get you to wash it out a little bit before I put Band-Aids on, but you were like in no mood to have a rational conversation with. So I was like, let's just tape this shit down so it doesn't bleed.
Yeah, in the morning, I took a shower with the Band-Aids off, and then I put Neosporin on a Band-Aid and put it on there, because I was like, this is kind of looking rough.
I burned myself.
Blake was so concerned about you, and you were like, leave the kitchen.
Because I'd been, like, calling him for, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
He didn't show up, and all of a sudden he shows up once I'm, like, starting to,
Once we're already,
like,
we got it.
get my shit together.
Were you bleeding everywhere?
No, it wasn't that bad. I'm a baby, Brad.
Oh.
But
well,
also,
thank you, Jessye.
it's different when it's your own blood that's being bled. It's a little like, ooh, this is scary.
Oh, I just usually put the boo-boo
Oh, yeah,
in.
no, I like to drink the blood. It's not clean. But why is that your first instinct to just be like, I'll just suck the blood out of
That's
this?
not mine.
I don't want to make a mess.
Yeah, maybe. I also like the way blood tastes. I'm not gonna lie.
Vampire.
It's very
I burned
metallic.
I burned my hand, and the first thing I did was like, ow, and I just licked it. I was like, I'll make a beaver.
Cool air. You're cooling it.
Yeah.
That's a good instinct. I mean,
The one chooses the wizard. I mean, you could just do something like just at the top.
That's true. That's cute. See? I'm not the only person out there. I'm sort of thinking of just doing a great big Deathly Hallows, like dry brush, and have it be rustic.
Okay.
That's my idea right now. Brad's
it.
thinking intensely.
Mischief managed.
Boom.
Alakazam.
That's not from Harry Potter.
Yeah. Just a wizard thing.
I don't think that's a wizard thing.
Magician?
Yeah.
Are magicians and wizards not closely related?
No, dude. Magicians are entertainers.
Magicians are fake. Wizards
Yeah.
are real.
That's fucking right.
Okay.
This one just says
Glad I know the difference.
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, good lord. Look at this.
Oh, they have their wedding rings on their crossed Harry Potter ones.
Oh, rigor
People be
mortis.
sick.
Hashtag marriage goals or something. Couple goals. Hey, peeps. We'll finish this here project up and get some pictures on the Instagram. Follow us on there. Booze and glues. No ampersand. Also,
Love y'all bitches.
yeah, drink up.
You have craft to do.
Goodbye.
Bye.